can you say about the game and the way your team played?
Yeah, we lost 19-18, but my team, it was a hard loss. They played hard, good intensity, good enthusiasm. Fundamentals is what we're working on every practice, every game. They gave it all they had, so that's all I can ask for is them leaving everything that they got on the court, and we'll be ready to play in about 20 minutes at 2 o'clock against AAU.
What kind of adjustments did you plan on making for that 2 o'clock game?
Yeah, so my starters will still be going in, but a little bit of adjustments on our defense. With AAU, we played them several times, so with our zone, we're going to have to extend out a little bit in track. They got a couple good three-point shooters, and only allowing one shot and making sure that we box out and rebound so we can push and go and get to our basket.
What were you hoping to see out of your team this weekend?
Yeah, the biggest thing for Impact Renegade is just to keep developing our players. We want to teach them on the court and off the court. We got a good group of girls in the classrooms. They all graduated. So the biggest thing is just teaching them the love of basketball IQ, and just seeing them continue to have fun with the game.
How would you describe your team?
Yeah, my team is, we're a hard-nosed team. We're young, though. We only have a couple, maybe about 4 girls in the 8th grade that is going to 8th grade. Most of them is 7th, 6th, and 5th, and I got 1 4th grader. So we're definitely building our program. It's our 2nd year as an organization. But one thing, we don't back down, and we're going to give everything that we got.
What have you seen out of the team so far in the season? And what are some of the things that you've gotten better on?
Yeah, for sure, our confidence. A lot of my girls that's played on other teams, they might play in a center position, but they're more a point guard or shooting guard. So kind of switching their position around and them getting comfortable in that new position, because you got to be uncomfortable being comfortable. So with that, the confidence is a big thing. A lot of our girls, once they make a shot, you can see that expression on their face. They're excited. They're ready to go score again. Fundamentals as far as layups, doing it the proper way, using your left hand if you're on the left-hand side, using your right hand when you're on the right-hand side. Different things that whenever you're coaching middle school, you don't have a lot of time to work on that with most girls. So they want to score, but I also want them to score, but the proper way. If you're on the left hand, use your left hand. You're on the right hand, use your right hand. The most biggest thing I've noticed is the team chemistry. A lot of my girls are not just from Bowling Green, they're from surrounding counties and Tennessee. So them getting used to each other, knowing what they want to do, and working together as a team.
Well, with team chemistry being so important, what is your approach to building that?
Yeah, so we've had car washes at practice. We do team bonding, different drills, communication. They've made a little team chat for themselves. So probably in the next 2 weeks, we're going to do another car wash just to get the girls together, take them to the bowling alley, just so they can have fun outside of basketball to really get to know each other.
Now, I always have to ask coaches why they started coaching and why they continue.
Yeah, like I said, with Impact Renegade, it's an organization out of Russellville, so I'm thankful to be a part of that as the head coach. But I've also coached middle school for 2 years at Henry F. Moss Middle. I left last year, and this was passionate to me because I played basketball. It was my main sport. I went to college at Lindsey Wilson. It's an NAIA university, and played. And a lot of girls don't get the talent and the coaching that they need. A lot of the talent is put to the boys, and I wanted to kind of change that narrative. There's a lot of good girls in Bowling Green that maybe have never played or that still needs work, and I want to be that coach that can teach them the gems, with the basketball IQ, how to get to starting, in middle school and high school, how to be a role player, how to be a good three-point shooter, and that's what I'm doing with my organization.
Now, can you speak to how much girls basketball has changed over the years since you were coming up?
Yeah.
And how much has grown?
Yeah, I mean, what I've seen since I played, growing up, we used to play with boys all the time in the backyard or at the park or here at Parks and Rec. It's over there at F.O. Motson Center. It's not a lot of girls that's wanting to play the sport nowadays. A lot of coaches is in it for themselves with accolades and winning tournaments. Of course, we all want to win. That's the name of the game. But my biggest thing in my organization is getting the girls better on and off the court. But when I do come to tournaments, especially Cameron Jackson's or the Frey and Chris Smith's here in Bowling Green, there's always at least 20, 30 girls teams in it, which is good. But they're not from Bowling Green. Bowling Green, it's me, Impact Renegade, my cousin Antoine Barber with AAU, and Damien, or Coach Bastion with EG Ballers. Them are the only 3 basketball girl teams here in Bowling Green. So you have to travel to get that talent, rather T-Town, Nashville, Louisville. So that's a big thing that I've seen, is that we don't have a lot of girls basketball AAU teams and organizations here in Bowling Green.
So my last question is, what are the players missing, or the skills that they need to develop the most to get to that? Well, what are they missing the most that helps them get to the next level that they don't have?
Yeah, from what I've seen with some of the new girls I got this season, the biggest thing is confidence. A lot of coaches, I'm a hard-nosed coach, but I also know when to, show the love and the expression to them for them to get it. You don't always have to yell and sling a chair like Bobby Knight, but you also have to be able to get to them. And certain players are different with their personality, right? But they know that as much as I'm hard on them, I also show that in love on and off the court. So confidence. Once, a coach says something to them, they put their head down and they're done for. They can't get out of that last play. So with my team, what I do is, I'll tell them if they do the same mistake again, I'll take them out for a couple minutes, let them get something to drink, clear their head and put them back in. The second thing is fundamentals. Like I said, with layups, I see a lot of girls coming down on the left-hand side using their right hand, and a lot of coaches get 2 hours each day, middle school, high school practice, and 15, 20 kids. So they really can't individually go to each player in 2 hours, but the parents and the kids have to put in that work on their own outside of practice. So I tell my parents all the time, I also train, they can get outside in the backyard with a tennis ball, a basketball, work on their ball handling, work on their form, work on their shot. So there's other things that they can do to continue to elevate their game. But the biggest thing I see is fundamentals and confidence that is missing in a lot of girls that play in the sport. So that's what I have.